governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, became a household name during the Trump administration. Everyone knew her. We are so happy to have her back in Arkansas. It's just great to have her back here. And even more than that, it's great to have her as our governor. Now, I'm not taking any of the time here, but the other day something was said, and I think it's really a good point that was made. When they were watching us during the news conference the other day, and they said, this is a perfect example of the executive branch working with the legislative branch to get things done. And this administration has certainly came out of the gates very hard. We've got a lot of great things accomplished during the general session, and we got a lot of great things accomplished during this last special session. We couldn't have done that without good leadership working with the legislative branch. So please help me welcome my governor, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Rick. We just finished up a pretty intense few days in a special session, and I think if anybody else had asked me to be here, I'm not sure I would have made it, but because I absolutely love and appreciate Rick and all the hard work that he has done and the incredible partnership that we've had with members of our legislature, I certainly wanted to be able to spend some time here with you this morning. And we are so grateful for your leadership and work that you've been able to do. And it's great to see a number of our other Arkansas legislators that are out in the crowd. As I said, we just finished up a special session. And my guess is they're pretty ready to get out of Little Rock and get back home. But we are thankful that we get to spend a little bit of time here with each of you today before we do that. And of course, I want to thank all of the legislators who have come in from around the country who are attending this event and visiting our capital city. I grew up in a lot of different towns all over Arkansas, but the governor's mansion here in Little Rock is actually the house that my family and I have lived in longer than any other. Now, some of you probably think, wow, that's amazing. You're pretty lucky. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of great perks and wonderful parts of being governor. But there are also a few downsides to raising 3 kids who are 11, 9, and 8 in probably what many people would consider Arkansas's most public home. Just a few weeks ago, I walked out of our front door and I found our 2 boys, Huck and George, who are our 9 and 8-year-old. They had taken off all of their clothes and stripped down in the front yard and were swimming in the front fountain of the governor's mansion. And as soon as they saw me, they knew they'd been busted. And George, my youngest, he looked up at me with just a completely serious, stoic face and goes, "It's okay, Mom. Be cool." He said, "It's not that deep. We're not going to drown." I said, "George, my biggest concern is not that you're going to drown. It's the fact that you don't have any clothes on and you're in the front yard of the governor's mansion." He didn't seem to be bothered by that at all. Besides some of the chaos, though, it's been an amazing place to live and make new memories with my own kids. And Little Rock is an absolutely fantastic place to raise a family. But while this is our capital city and this is a great place to raise a family, that's not where the action when it comes to Arkansas's energy industry is mostly focused. If you look down in South Arkansas, where we drill for oil and natural gas, and we are now moving at breakneck speed to become the lithium capital of America, that is where the activity and excitement around Arkansas's energy industry is coming from. South Arkansas is home to one of North America's largest brine processing industries, and new technology allows us to siphon lithium from that brine. Lithium, in turn, is critical for batteries and other energy products. And I'm not being dramatic when I say that this has the potential to transform the region and our entire state. Companies are already making massive investments to South Arkansas. And once they fully scale up operations, they estimate that our state could produce 15% of the entire world's lithium supply. Coincidentally, this is not South Arkansas's first rodeo being an energy powerhouse. Towns like El Dorado, Magnolia, and Smackover were built on oil and gas drilling. And our state still produces 4 million barrels of oil and 400 billion cubic feet of natural gas each year. I believe that these industries can continue to coexist and thrive. After all, whether it's lithium, oil, or natural gas, it translates to new jobs and new businesses for Arkansans. My administration won't discriminate when it comes to the energy industry. To help these industries grow, we're investing in workforce and education, two critical components that every company asks us about every single day. We created the Workforce Cabinet in my first days in office to bring an all-of-government approach to the worker shortage. And we passed Arkansas Learns, my transformational education bill, to bring Arkansas schools to the very top, making us competitive with every state in the country. Already, students are entering this school year with new literacy coaches, new dual degree diploma programs, higher paid teachers, and expanded education freedom. Amid all this, though, Arkansas and every other state represented in this room are facing an all-out attack on American energy independence. President Biden seems to have a vendetta against the energy industry, which explains why gas prices have surged under his leadership. His policies, frankly, run from bad to worse, killing the Keystone Pipeline, a near moratorium on oil and gas drilling on federal lands, a $6 billion tax on natural gas producers, and just last week, the cancellation of leases in Alaska that could have supplied our country with 11 billion barrels of oil. The president's war on energy industry hurts all Americans, but I believe that we, as state leaders, can fight back. We can grow our own energy industries. We can invest in the energy workers of tomorrow, and together we can bring energy independence back to this country. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the work that you do every single day. And together we will continue to make America energy independent, and Arkansas is certainly going to help lead the way in that effort. Thanks so much for your work, and thanks for letting me be here with you for a few minutes today.